Hey there, Tater Tots! How's it going? Welcome to the one and only 1-year world tour of Tater's World. I'm really excited about this. I really am. I think it was February 3rd of 2021 was when we started the channel, when we started Tater's World. So it's been a little bit over a year, but not by much, and I'm super excited to be able to do this with you all today. I'm going to go ahead and turn up my microphone. I realize it's kind of low, so 1 second. There we go. That should be much better. Hey, how's it going, Six Shot? Welcome. I haven't seen you on one of our streams in a while, I don't think. So welcome. Ah, this is great. So this is basically where it started. I don't remember exactly where we started. You know, on this island, this is kind of our spawn island that we have here. But somewhere around here, I slaughtered that first pig, which was which was a lot of fun. But yeah, this is where it all started. So let's switch perspective here real quick, and then oh goodness, so here it is. And what I did in that very first episode is I walked around. I basically just walked around this world as I was talking way too much. But that's a hard thing about episode ones, right? Because you have to introduce yourself, you have to introduce your series, and you have to introduce the video, all kind of at the same time. And that's what I was doing. And I was just walking around. I think we hit 1 or 2 villages around here, and that turned out really good. So what we're gonna do, I'm not gonna walk all the way like we did in episode 2 to our location. But if we head right over here, we've got a little bit of a cheaty way to get down to a Nether Portal, and I missed it completely. I was looking on the other screen. So if we go down here, this takes us to our very first, our second geode that we ever found. The first one, we searched around all over the place in the ocean near our base area for a while, but yeah, this is the geode where we got all of the amethyst crystals to be able to upgrade our skeleton farm, which I'll show you here in just a minute. But there's not really much else here to look at. Ooh, look at all the pretty crystals, right? So let's head on over to the nether roof so that we can get back to the gold farm. I guess I'll go a little bit out of order just because we're already up here. I may as well show you the gold farm while we're at it. Very good. Very good. Oh, this is so much fun. So I am pooped. I am pooped, and the reason for that, while we're flying here, I can tell you. So I was just exercising is what I was doing. I went on a long ruck, which is kind of like a hike with a big heavy backpack on. I did a 2-hour long ruck. I've got a crazy blister in the bottom of my right foot that I'm sure I'm going to feel for the next couple of days. But that's the longest one I've done. Usually I do that 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I usually only go for like 50 minutes or so. But today I had a little bit of extra time, and I said, you know what? I want to see if I can go for 2 hours. And I did it, and I'm feeling it. I tell you what, my shoulders hurt. Let's get it all the way back up here to the gold farm. My shoulders hurt quite a bit, actually, more than I thought they would, and we overshot it, or undershot it. Undershot it? Is that a word? I don't know. We'll call it a word. Why not, right? Okay, so here we are at the gold farm. We're not going in order, like I said, but this thing, and I was just up here earlier today because I wanted to repair my elytra. It was pretty much dead. And this is, it repaired the whole thing in like less than 30 seconds. So I flipped this little switch, and then here in a second, you're going to see a bunch of, somewhere. Oh, there they come. There they come. Oh, yeah, oh, geez, it gets loud. It gets loud really quick. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. It's very efficient. We'll just say that. It's very efficient. And we spent a couple, I turned it off. Come on. Hey, how's it going, Revan? Are you guys done? I turned it off. Did I not turn it off? I thought I turned it off. Okay. Maybe we've got some residual piglins, zombified piglins. That's weird. Anyway, so what I liked is I put this this cool little enchanting setup right here, which made it super easy to enchant all of our gear because I've got everything I need right here. I've got the smithing table to do the netherite stuff. I've got a grindstone. I've got the enchanting table up there. I love this little compact area. And you'll see that a lot in all of my experience farms. I like to have the enchanting set up right there so I don't really have to move. Like I can do it all right here. I can reach everything. See? I like doing that. I like doing that a lot because I'm lazy and I don't want to run back and forth. Let's look in here. I've got a bunch of books. I've got a mending book, a bunch of just random books that I probably got from enchanting the oh, we've even got a netherite ingot. That's pretty cool. While I was trying to refresh the enchants, so that works really well. And then this on and off switch was actually really difficult to do. I think I died. I did it on stream, and I died while I was doing it, which was a lot of fun. And I think I lost like most of my gear because I have everything that's not gold. You see going into those lava right there. It gets spat out into the lava. Yeah. So let's see how good this thing is at the actual gold part. I haven't checked on it in a while, but I haven't needed to. Oh yeah. Believe me, we've got gold. We've got gold going. We haven't yet. I don't want people to think that we're done with this series because we're not. This world, I'm planning on, continuing for, forever. Forever, really. I have no plans to get rid of Tater's world. We might not be doing episodes as often as we have in the past, but I'm definitely not getting rid of it. Definitely not getting rid of it. My day's going really well, Raven. I'm sore. I've got some tea. Actually, give me a second. Can anything get me? No, nothing can get me. I left the tea bags in my tea, so give me a second so I can take those out real quick. Oh, you have no idea. Just moving a tea bags, my shoulders are just killing me. Like, I can't even explain. So let's go over here. We're going to go to our base area. Excuse me. Nope. I don't want to go back. Thank you. Let's close that. Yeah, they'll be fine. So here we are. Here we are in our base area. I don't think we ever actually got a name for our base area here. Yeah, no, it's absolutely not done. I love this place too much. This is where I kind of cut my teeth in content creation, and I am not done whatsoever. So I do have a lot of builds up here that I want to get to. But let's start out. No, we can't start out. Well, let's sleep. That's important. Okay. Usually I try to do this thing where I fly in here, and I try to fly to the bed and click on it before I crash land. I'm not doing that today, obviously. Maybe we'll do it here in a little bit. Okay. So, yeah, Riven, I did a 2-hour ruck. Let me see how far we went. I'm looking at my watch right now. We went 7 miles. 7 miles in 2 hours. That's pretty good, especially with a 40-pound pack. This is the old question of the day, so don't look at that. You have a name idea? What is the name idea? Let me know. We'll be back down here in the cave base here in a second. We've got to start out in a very important place. Very important. And we'll even walk. We'll pretend that we don't have a lighter right now. We've got to start out by the dirt hut, right? That's where everything happened. Log stitch. Interesting. Log stitch. I could get behind that. That has a good ring to it. So here we used to have, this was like our very first cow area right here. And as you can see, I'm not good at cleaning things up because it's still there. And over there, you've got our what was at one point a place where we were breeding bees. We were breeding a bunch of bees in there, and I haven't cleaned that up either. I'm really good at cleaning things up, by the way. Yeah, the cave base. Anyway, we'll get back there. So this is a dirt hut, and this actually, I can't remember if it was like episode 3 or episode 4 or something. I don't think it was episode 2. I guess it could have. But I was sitting right here doing the YouTube thing, just chatting, And I think I was even zoomed in like this, and you just saw out of the corner. It's one of my favorite moments of this whole series, by the way. Um, uh, you just saw out of the corner, you saw a creeper come up and blow me up, blow half of the dirt hut up. And I wish I could say that the dirt hut has been blown up by a creeper only once, but it's been a few times, to be honest with you. So anyway, so this was our dirt hut. This is where we lived when we first got here. And I'm never going to tear this down. I think I joked about it once, but it's not going to happen. I even have some of my... That is our very first pickaxe. I should really frame that, shouldn't I? That's our very first wooden pickaxe. Man, this is so cool. And a lot of the things you see here is the loot that I initially got in episode 2. Going through, looting all the villages and stuff like that on the way to this location. So, man, that's cool. Here's a book that I'm never going to use, you know. Oh, and we have an enchanted golden apple. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. What do we have up here? Nothing good. But we did get a music disc. I don't remember where I got that. It must have also been on the way. Same with the Heart of the Sea. So, no, this is... Oh, I love the dirt hut. This was our first attempt at a super smelter here. And it is... I mean, it's 4 furnaces, right? It's not that good. And the problem with this super smelter is that, and we can't see it now because I don't know. Do I have anything to throw in here? Yeah, I'll throw something in here. We'll figure it out. Let's throw this stone up here. Okay, so it's going to fill them up. It should fill them. Oh, was that the, ugh, I think that was the fuel chest, guys. Oh, no. Okay, well, anyway. Oh, that's terrible. That's what happens when you don't use this thing forever. This is the chest to put stuff in. The other one is the fuel chest. But this furnace right here somehow gets powered. Obviously, you can see this probably powers this block as well somehow. And it doesn't work. So we really only get the 3. So it is not efficient whatsoever. But let's go down. Oh, this is one of my favorite things, too. So this is something that I try to do in all of my... I think everyone does, right? Like, I'm not unique in this. Yeah, I know. I've meant for a year to mine just one block up so that we don't hit our head every time. I know. But I don't come down here enough anymore. Man, I still love this thing. This is still one of my favorite things that I've done here. This started out, it was like this small, right? It was super small. It was enough room for an enchanting table because, like I said, I like to do all of my enchanting setup right next to my experience farm. But then we upgraded this thing, I think after we even had the gold farm. So we didn't even really need it anymore, really. But I did it anyway just because, you know, I love this area. It was right after we got the tinted glass so that we could have this window here, and you could still see them every now and then. They'll spawn, and they're not going to do it because I'm sitting here looking at it. Yep, they're not going to do it. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Okay, so, yep, that creeper, that was hilarious. Yep, the 3 blocks. Nope, I'm right there with you about the 3 block thing. I really am. Did I miss it? Did you guys see it? I missed it. Anyway, so unlike most of my experience farms, I cannot just sit here. Can I reach it? Oh, I can reach it. I can reach the enchanting table here. But I can't reach... Oh, yeah, I can. I can do just about everything here. I've got the enchanting table. I've got the grindstone. So it does work pretty well. And we've got just a bunch of junk. Just junk. Junk. There you go. So yeah, absolutely love this area. Down here, and I don't even know if it's still there. I think it all got, honestly, when I upgraded to 117, I think it all went away. But let's do this. I want to cover that up. This, unlike most people in their world tours, I did not load this from a backup. So that went down to our original mine down there, which we haven't really been down there in forever, really. What I did was, I think it was between either episodes 1 and 2 or episodes 2 and 3, we started doing mining streams, and that was like my first experience doing any kind of streams whatsoever. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, this is a dirt hut. This was our original Nether Portal right here, which again, you see me, you know, being awesome at cleaning things up when I'm done with them. Obviously not. Is it raining? It is raining. You know, I got a trident early on in the series, and I never enchanted it to use it, and it rains here actually quite a bit. So let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. You guys ready for this? Cross your fingers, guys. Oh, coming in too hot. Coming in too hot. Let's slow it down a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's see what we can do. Ready? Yeah. Nope. 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 I feel like every time I did that, I wasn't on camera, by the way. But I got pretty good at it, actually. Coming all the way down here and then hitting the bed. I don't think there's a thunderstorm, so we can't sleep. But here's the first thing that we did in here in our cave basin. By the way, this is actually new. I just added these recently between episodes, the glowberries. That is literally the thing I was most excited about with my cave base once 1.17 came out, was to put the glowberries up here in the entrance, and we never got around to it, right? Have I ever been sore that my clothes felt heavy and they hurt you? Yeah, yes, I promise. I've been through some pretty crazy workout things. Yeah, so I think 1.18 just makes it rain a lot more than usual. So here we are. This is my original storage system, and it is extremely. So I am a huge person for organization. As you can see, here's our junk drawer, and then there's another junk drawer right there. I think another junk drawer right there. This is organized, but only because we have the slime farm and it's pumping in there. And look, we even got some glow ink. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. But you can see, I haven't even used most of this so far. But this is kind of organized. I have all the bastion stuff, and we'll get to that in a minute. Because one of the early things that I did as well in this series was there was a bastion right next to our Nether Portal, and I almost leveled it to the ground. Almost, not quite. And then I asked what we should do with these areas because of this right here. It wasn't enough space to put more chests. So, and then you guys actually said that we could put project shulker boxes here. So I've actually done that. I've done a very bad job at organizing them when I'm done with them, as you can see. And we've got Spuddy. How could I forget you, buddy? Buddy? Spuddy? He helps us every time with our question of the day, sitting here most of the time staring at the wall like that for whatever reason. Not really sure. Oh, this is a fantastic thing. We've got to, guys. So this is the Tater-matic, right? So also one of the very early on things that we did for food in our world, because the whole Tater Vader thing, was we made a potato farm, an automatic potato farm. And it used to cook them. It doesn't cook them anymore. But you've got, he's been hanging out forever. I haven't fixed his little garden here probably since we built it. But he still does a good job, more than we could ever eat. Like, there's so many potatoes that just sit there and rot. It's kind of silly. We have upgraded the sugarcane farm right here, because originally the sugarcane farm was feeding a furnace over there that would automatically make baked potatoes for us, so that it was automatic. You just walked over anytime you were needing food and you could eat some baked potatoes. It was actually a lot of fun. We're not doing that anymore. I'm just doing the normal potatoes because of these things right here, the golden potatoes. I prefer to craft them. You can make them just by, all they are is baked potatoes, so I can make them that way, but I prefer to craft them just because it feels more legit, you know? Okay, so here we are with that. Man, I had a good time making this. Let's close this up, and then we'll put those shulker boxes back. Oh, that's not where it goes. That's not where it goes. Give me that. Give me that. Thank you. They go there. Yep, just like that. And you. Thank you. Good. Let me catch up on chat. I'm glad I'm not the only one that gets too lazy to organize. Oh, yeah. No, I'm terrible. That's why I really need to make a point in all of my worlds from now on to make an automatic or auto sorting storage system, because otherwise it will never be sorted. Like, I think the best thing is over here. I've got we got all these pickaxes from the crazy end city rating that we did. I think I hit 9 end cities in one video. It was a little ambitious, took a heck of a lot longer than I expected. Yeah, and then here's all the armor. And then over here, these are the potions of healing from all those end chips. So, very good. This is where our sugarcane farm is pumping sugarcane into, so we still use that a lot. The rest of this is just junk, anything that's in there. Ooh, and that's where we got all these dragon heads too, by the way, is from the end city rating. 1, 2, 3, 4, we've got, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So apparently we didn't put all of them up, but I think I believe I only got 8 out of the 9 end cities that we rated. One of them, like the ship, only half generated, which was a little annoying. So this, oh guys, you should know what this is. This is probably my most prized possession in this whole thing, and that's the comment of the week. This is a book that we used. Man, so many good memories in this in that comment of the week book. And then this, oh geez, the project book. So we have not kept up with this. I like to come back to this book, like, I don't know, once every 20 episodes or something like that. Oh man. So a lot of these we've never done the storage upgrade. We have done villager trading hall ish. We kind of reimagined that idea. I had a couple of ideas for different villager trading halls, but we eventually went to something that's like really functional and like village-esque, I guess. Expand the experience area, we did that. So there's a lot of things on here that we did do. Organize items. I like how that was the very first thing on our project list, and it never got done. It never got done. And I never did the villager trading or the piglin trading thing. I need to do that at some point. We do have fuel, so that's good. And then what I started doing is, you see here, I was trying to break down, like, let's say we had villager breeder clean, and actually that's done as well. What I wanted to do was like break that down at the end of, or at the beginning of every episode, and say all the steps that were required for it so that we could check them off as we went. Never got around to that, obviously. Okay, so let's actually, no, tea time. Hold on. Oh, that hurts. It hurts. It hurts so good, I guess. That's what they say, right? Oh, tastes good. I've got some green tea. Okay, so here we've got the Nether Portal, and I was really proud of this when I first made it. Now I mean, it's still fine, right? I'm still proud of it for where I was at the time when I built it. I think it looks really good. I was just starting to get into things like depth, you can see there in my building. But yeah, that was good. Over here, I've always meant to do something, and that idea has changed every time. I hate this blank wall, but it's always because, like, oh, I've got this idea that I'm going to do with it, and I just never get around to it. So that's awesome. By the way, guys, did you know that you can use these, you can put rail here in front of your Nether portal, and then this guy can't get out? Pretty awesome, actually. Yes, all the nostalgia for sure. So then we come down here. Are these not lit? Why are these not... Why are they not lit? We've got to do something about that. Do I have one in here? I do. My Zippo. Come here. I really have no idea why these aren't lit. Or are they lit and it's just not showing? Like, it won't let me right click on them. That is weird, guys. Is it a particle thing? Let me check. Now this is getting to me. So particles. If I do that. Done. Back. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, I must have turned that down at some point. So here we used to just have torches, but then when candles came out, we upgraded that to the candles, and I just think it looks awesome. looks awesome. I love this ravine. I really wish I would have done more in this ravine before we kind of started expanding out, because this could have been really cool. I had this idea of, you see the sugarcane track up here that's going back and forth, to pipe it over there into the storage system. I wanted this whole thing to be kind of full of those, right? So we could just see all the progress from all of our farms. But all we got into it was this sugarcane farm, which I still like. It still works. It still works very well. It's not ultra efficient whatsoever. And I remember the episode where we made it. I had the saturation turned up way too high on my video, and they were glowing. It was almost like those glow sticks. That's what it reminded me of, like neon glow sticks. It was really funny. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, let's get down. Let's get down here. This is another really fun area, and I learned a lot in this area. Like, I expanded kind of my building and a lot of my terrain knowledge and skills. It doesn't look like it in here because now I look at it and I'm like, man, I could have done so many things better. But at that time, like, you see the sea pickles. I tried to hide lighting. We eventually put some lanterns in here, but a lot of the original lighting was hidden. They're hidden underneath leaves and the sea pickles down there. This, because we were already not really needed, I didn't turn it into like an automatic, cooked chicken machine, because we had already switched to just eating potatoes at that point. But I was like, I got to do something with this. So I started harvesting the eggs, and like, I'm never going to use those. There's no reason for me to have those. They're just sitting there. I've got a double chest of eggs just in case I ever need them. But I don't think I will. This area. So this is interesting. This was kind of like my farmer's hut sort of thing. So like where the farmer would work and sleep, and think like shepherds dealing with flocks of sheep, how they sleep in that area and they kind of live in that area. That's what I had in mind for this. And then at one point, before we built the stables out there, which we'll get to, obviously, what I did, or what I had envisioned, was having like an underground stables in here. And I would, obviously move this bed or something. But that would be over there, and then have like a stairway, maybe a winding stairway up to the surface, so that I could, get on my horse here and then kind of ride it out. Kind of too late to do that because we have the awesome stables up there. Yeah, that was my intention at the time. One thing that you'll see that irritates the heck out of me, is sorry, string. You see how all the animals, all they want to do is climb? That's because they're below the surface, and if the passive mobs ever fall into a cave or something like that, their AI tells them that they want to get out of the cave. So they're always trying to find ways to climb up. So that's why you see this, and it's been really irritating. Like, if I could tell you the number of times these sheep have escaped because they've climbed up, they've gone on top of that little hut, and then they've fallen down or something like that. Yeah, I've had to fix that situation several times. You never know, you could get yourself either roses with the chickens, so all the eggs coming in. Yeah, that's true. Oh, wither roses with the chickens. Very true. Very true. Ooh. Sorry, drinking more tea. Okay. This area, I love that I have the sign that says exit here, and it goes nowhere. So originally, when we were going to do and I can't show you, but when I was thinking about doing the villager trading hall, it was going to be down here. This was going to kind of go off to the right a little bit and down, and that would have been the villager trading area. And I kind of like the idea that I had for that. It was like almost like an underground hotel or an underground cave, with different rooms, and each room would have a different type of villager. but they weren't going to be locked up, right? They were just going to be able to walk around between the rooms, or not. No, sorry, they would stay in their room, but they were kind of free roaming in their room. So they thought they had a little bit of freedom, but they didn't really. So that was the whole idea that I had for that, and I'll have to do that again sometime. You know, make that into reality. But I do like what we've done with the villager trading so far. The way we ended up going, I do really like it. Merci. Yep. No, I assumed you meant wither roses. Is it nighttime yet? No, it is not. So I wish there was a mod. There probably is. There's probably a mod to make string invisible. I might look for that at some point because I hate, you know, I always see it. I always see it. Can't get away from it. So since we're here, what's the first thing that we'll do? We're going to go back that way eventually, so we can look at that later. This is another one of my absolute favorite builds. You guys know, if you follow the series, I wish it wasn't raining. But if you follow the series, I talked up this thing so much. This was absolutely, and here, let's do a little bit of a fly around. Absolutely the most complex build that I'd ever done at that point. I feel like I'm getting better at building. If you looked at the new Hobbit hole that I just finished in the new Let's Play series, I'm really proud of that Hobbit hole, or at least what it is for now with the limited number of resources. But before that, and probably even including this, like, this is awesome. This is awesome. And I designed this 100% from like real life pictures. You don't need string anymore? I didn't know that. Oh, for the glowberries? Interesting. So what? You know what? I do think I heard something about that. If you shear it, it'll stop. Thank you so much for that. That'll make my life a lot easier. So yeah. Oh, I love this thing. I love this thing. Are there any bees out? I guess not, because it's raining. Bees would always disappear from in here. Like, I can't tell you, multiple times I had to go out and find more bees and bring them back here and breed them up, because for whatever reason, and I have checked, guys, believe me when I say I have checked this place for holes 10 times, you know, like a ridiculous number of times. Hey, how's it going, Iron Knight? Welcome. But I have no idea how the bees are getting out of here. Maybe, no, they can't go up. Nope. I was thinking maybe they were like coming out on top or something, but there's no way. There's absolutely no way. And then once the azalea and stuff like that, because that is definitely what I had in mind when I made this thing, was to do this sort of thing. Once it did, I was super excited. And then we've got our friends here. We've got Shirley and we've got Pepsi. That, you guys took us forever to find. Absolutely forever to find you guys after 117 came out. I thought it was going to be easy. I was, you know, I started out in the ocean, and then I tried to find some underground caves and stuff like that to try to find them, and I eventually did, but it was not easy. So I'm glad we have them, and I should have bred them just because. Where are the bees suffocating, though? Where can they suffocate? Because they're not coming up here. I hear them. So we do have some in here. Yeah. I hear them. So we have some in here. It must be the rain. How do you think they're suffocating? Because they've been doing it since before I put any of this stuff in the middle in. I've had the hardest time. Do they try to go into the honey or something? Like, I can't figure it out. I have no idea. So if you know how the bees are suffocating, please let me know. Anyway, let's move on. I am still waiting. Oh, they can suffocate in leaves? Then what's the point of having them be able to, like... But no, they've been suffocating since before the leaves. Or they've not been suffocating. They've been disappearing since before the leaves. Oh, there they are. Jeez. Nope, they're still here. Well, good. I guess that isn't a problem anymore. Maybe I did fix it. They were just waiting for the rain to go away. Okay, so maybe it is fixed. Because there's definitely a ton of bees in there. Anyway, okay, so let's come over here to actually the next place. And we probably should have done this first. This is another one of the very first builds that I did. And it's simple, right? Very simple. I tried to kind of follow the normal style of the desert village or village builds. But it was, I think they're all gone now. Yeah, they're all gone. But this was my very first kind of villager trading. I hear them. Are they just outside? Oh, I never moved you. Oh, sorry, guy. He's been trapped there this whole time. For a year, he's been trapped there. Yeah, they were just hiding in the boxes. Yeah, I don't know. I hate bees. I hate bees. So yeah, I didn't really do much else here, to be honest with you, other than set up that thing. But it's right here, so I always kind of considered it part of my extended base. One thing that I didn't talk about, yes, absolutely a prison for the villagers, is I've got all the honey bottles going in there, and this is just a terrible solution, by the way, guys. Like, the design that I use for this is really bad. Really bad. Oh, we've got a little rabbit stuck. But the thing is I would, or where was it? Was it there? Where could I? Ah, here I could replenish all the honey bottles. So that was good. And then I've got the same thing over here with the honeycomb. I had a lot of intentions, all the intentions in the world, to pipe those things down into the storage room. Just didn't happen. Absolutely didn't happen, guys. That is what it is. So let's look in here. A couple of my other friends we have here. So we have Carl. Carl is a really good friend. He's ignoring me right now. We're not on speaking terms. But we just recently got Sean. So we named him Sean for two reasons. One, because I had just finished watching Shaun the Sheep with one of my children. But also because I thought it would be hilarious to have a donkey named Sean. Like Donkey Sean, you know, like Donkey Sean, which is German for thank you. So that's what why we did that. And we've got, I'm not going to trip it because it's annoying to fix, but we've got a horse timer here that we've ran Carl through one time. I have not run Sean through it. Maybe someday. And then we've got the area to test their jumping as well right there. So that's really good. Quiet Sean. Okay, I was also really happy about this bridge as one of my early builds, even though it's simple, guys. Like, come on. Like, I've grown a lot as a builder and a content creator since starting this world. But I was really proud of this bridge when I made it. Actually, likewise, we made this portion of the... we made this pond right here as well. I think it wasn't even a river. There was just a little bit of water right under the bridge when we first made it. But what I wanted it to be was a river that would come through and have a, you know, a little pond over here. And I did a ton of terraforming, like my very first terraforming over here on this lake. I put coarse dirt all around the edges so that, you know, it would look more lakey. And I think I replaced everything in that part of the lake over there too. Yeah, the whole floor is all dirt when it was other things before, obviously. So, oh, thank you for that, Ironite. I really like that bridge. I was proud of it. I was also really proud of these lampposts when we first made them. Oh, my shoulder, guys. My shoulder killing me. This was a very recent build, so we don't have to go over that. All it is a fountain. But we will be building stuff over here. We will. I am still excited to build things over here in this area. To have, and over there, to have our kind of villager factions so that they can, you know, fight over prices and whatnot. I really like that idea. So here's another one of our very recent builds. We've got our blacksmith shop, and in the blacksmith shop we've got an armor, a toolsmith, and a blacksmith, I believe. And I really like this one too. It's simple, it's quaint, but it's kind of perfect for them. Like those three guys, they just kind of hang out and they sleep in there. They work together. You know, they're sharing secrets on blacksmithery type of stuff. How's it going, Wish? Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. So we're doing a... Oh, thank you very much for that. I think if you do that, there's going to be like some sort of automation thing. I'm not really sure. It's supposed to happen. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but it's supposed to. Ooh, gonna have to sleep soon. But yeah, I really like this blacksmith shop. It did everything we needed it to. These guys, unlike the blacksmith guys who have their own little house, these guys are just stuck in this trading stall. Like this is where they live, and there's no getting around it. But this was one of my very early ways to get emeralds, was doing this glass pane trade, because it was very easy to do. Let's sleep. I think I've got a bed. Yep, I got a bed. Right there. Will there be villagers going to space? Yes. Yes. They may or may not be the crew members of what we're going to be building out there one day. Although I haven't looked into it, if we do that, we're going to have to figure out some sort of villager crewmate uniform, because this isn't going to cut it in space. We'll have to figure that out. This is another one of my absolute favorite builds. I have a lot of favorite builds, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. So this is our library. This is our library, and I love, again, this is such a fun little trick that you can do with the rails to keep the villagers in place. I love this, and I'm always going to use it from now on, just because it works so incredibly well. Love it. We've got some great trades here. One of the most important things was the name tags. I didn't cure that guy enough, or that guy enough. I basically got their main book down to 1, and then I gave up, as you can see. Yeah, see, this is villager, or feather, feather falling. Okay, feather and name tag, but even that's 5 emeralds, so they could all probably use an extra curing or 2. Yep. So again, this is hey, Rat Dog, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad to see you, buddy. So that is something, by the way. Oh, we've got the bearded teacher too. Oh man, this is fun. This is fun, guys. So goodness gracious, Rat Dog was one of the first creators that I really started following and reaching out to and stuff like that. Does a fantastic job. The bearded teacher, absolutely another one of those. We talked about doing an SMP together before. The bearded teacher is another fantastic. Actually, you guys are all. Let me look down the list. Yep. We've got a ton of awesome content creators in this chat right now. But that was kind of like the start of my community, right? Oh, we've got everyone's joining. What's going on? Yeah, I know who you are. We've got everybody in here. This is awesome. Like, I can't even tell you the smile that I have on my face right now, guys. So obviously the community that kind of naturally grew together, because I didn't just want to create content, play Minecraft, create content. I wanted to get better at content creation. And I felt like a big part of that was giving back to kind of the community of Minecraft content creators, especially the smaller Minecraft content creators. So what I would do is, like, every week, I would dedicate 1 or 2 days, like hours. I'm talking hours, guys. Hours, 1 or 2 days a week, just searching for brand new Minecraft content creators and commenting on their videos, trying to give them some encouragement, and also, liking their video, trying to boost it in the rankings and stuff like that. And because of that, a lot of my subscribers are actually Minecraft content creators, and I've gotten to know so many of you, just with chatting about stuff and supporting each other's videos over time, and that has been one of the best. I've gotten so much. I can't even. I can't believe you guys are all here. This is so cool. Gotta get back to the stream, guys. No, that's fantastic. I can't even. So this is our our villager training center. Not a jail, even though you see the that was always a running joke, right? Because I put iron bars on the windows, and that may or may not have been intentional, right? Yeah, Tim was another one, and looks like Tim hasn't been able to make it, but that's fine. Like, Tim's super busy. Another content creator that I'm really close with, and I've gotten to know really well. Oh man. Anyway, guys, you guys are too much. So this is our villager training center. This is where we give the villagers their jobs, and we zombify them and cure them. So we've got basically everything we need right here to make the stuff to cure them. This guy, I let him loose on him basically. So if I put a, do I have any? I'll bring one up. Oh, I don't have one. I don't know what I did with them, but I don't have them. So basically, if I put a minecart on here and I just kind of give it a little nudge, it'll go down there to the villager breeder, pick up a villager, and bring it back up here, where I can give them their job. I can lock in their job, and then I can do like 1, 2, 3, 4 at a time. Where I come back here and I have to duck because I don't want this guy to hit me. I let this guy out of his boat, and he goes nuts on them. However, what I had to do was I set up this viewing platform up here so I can watch, because who doesn't like watching villagers get slaughtered by a zombie? It's kind of morbid, but it makes for good content, right? So I can watch, but also he can't track me because they don't track through glass. So then what I do is I just put the boat right here, and once he's done with them, then he starts tracking me again, and he goes right back into the boat. It's actually super simple, both in design and in operation. It's pretty awesome. Here, let me, yeah, you gave me tips for my videos. Really, oh, jeez. It boosted my confidence when I first started. Got to get back. And you guys, you're awesome. Yeah. Thanks, teacher. Thank you for stopping by. The Bearded Teacher has a Mind Boggled series, which is a modded Minecraft series, so go check that out. Awesome content creator. Super awesome builder for like cityscapes and that sort of thing. So anyway, let's get out of here. This, when they go down, I've got a little holding area, as you can see through the bars there. And then from there, I kind of, I set up tracks to take them wherever I need them to go. So let's move on. We are 48 minutes in, guys, and I feel like I haven't even touched anything. So this is our villager breeder over here. Very simple design. I think this was an Impulse SV design, but several content creators kind of made the same design eventually. And I thought I got rid of all those beetroot. I hated the beetroot in here. But anyway, it's probably all beetroot now. So what these guys do is they've got food. They chuck food at each other. And then when the babies are born, they think they can crawl over, run over there and jump on the beds, but they fall in the hole instead. And then we get this problem right here. And I don't even know, like, I don't even want to guess how many villagers are down there that are just like waiting for their day to get pulverized by a villager or by a zombie over here in the training center. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me take another tea break. A lot of talking. I need to kick in my next series as my last one ended. So thank you for the encouragement. Absolutely. Now is the best time, guys. Like I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, you say that, Iron Knight. That villager breeder was just some glass on the ground for months before I actually built the... And I was proud of this build too, by the way. This is around the time when I started... here, hold on. Tea time. All right. So this is around the time when I started really watching Gemini Tay's stuff with the cottagecore kind of theme. And there were several things that I learned from her. One was using these fence gates up here as kind of like a detail block. to separate the different layers of the buildings. Another one is these window shade things with the fence gates and then a trapdoor on top. So obviously I had to use as much of that stuff as I could in all of these builds, because this one came first, and then this one came second, and then that one came third. So yeah, obviously, and look over here, I'm still using that. I'm still using it. Okay, so now let's go over, I think I've got the turtle farm over there, but it's really just a couple of turtles hanging out in a fence. Let me catch up on chat. I remember when it was just a glass. Yeah, Gem is great. Ricard Griffin Hart was a fun character to play around with. Man, okay. So, what was I about to say? Let's go check out the iron farm. That was the next thing that we did, I think. Now, the iron farm probably came first. But yeah, it was months. That villager breeder was months of me saying that I was going to clean it up. I'm pretty sure it's even on the project list. Actually, let's start off down here. And then I finally got around to it after I started watching Gem, and I got a little bit of encouragement, right? So what you see here, this is the creeper and spider farm that we have here. And it still does spiders. It still does spiders. I did this weird like situation where I think if I push this, or where is it? If I push this button right here, that flows with water. Yeah, so when spiders fall down, they didn't die, so that I could get them right here with the sword, so that I could get spider eyes to cure the villagers. I think that's what that was for. Otherwise, I just push the button, and it goes back to automatically killing them with fall damage. Let's sleep before we get our faces eaten. Yep. And I want to get more into that, by the way. Like that's actually something that Gem does really well. If you look at every single one of her series, I don't care if it's a Let's Play, I don't care if it's hardcore, I don't care if it's Empires or Hermitcraft or even One Block. She always interacts with all of the NPCs around her. Right, especially the passive mobs. So like sheep and horses and cats and dogs. She really builds like a story around all of her worlds. That's something that I really want to get better at. So over here, I wanted to kind of doubly use the space. So we have, that's a creeper farm, and they come down. But we also have our iron farm over here. And it's obviously very efficient because we're losing iron. But, oh jeez, that scared the heck out of me. I got my game sounds turned up way too high. Like if you guys could see the twitch that just came out of me when that guy spawned. Anyway, so that happens, and then both of the drops from the creepers and the spiders and from the, oh geez, the iron golems goes all the way up there, which we're gonna visit here in just a second. And this has gone through a couple of iterations as well, but I really love it. I really love it. I think when I first made it, I didn't even have elytra, so I had to like climb up. Or no, I had the Nether Portal. That was my only way of getting up here. Was the Nether Portal. Okay, so and I'll try to do a fly around once we leave this area. But there's an item sorter over there. And we've got plenty of iron. Like it's just iron for days, right? And it even leaks over into this other area. And then same thing with the, well, not that one, but same thing with the gunpowder. No need for gunpowder probably ever again in the series. And then we've got kind of our junk chest over here. The different things that somehow spawn in there, and I'm not really sure how. Because I've gone through it to try to fix it, but whatever. But we've got one of string just because I don't think I'm ever going to need that much string. And then the rest of this was like the gunpowder and the iron. So this is really good. This was the, we're not going to go through that yet. But that just goes into the nether. I don't even think it goes on the nether roof. I think it's just in the normal part of the nether. But while we're here, let's go over. Here is our our guardian farm, or what should be our guardian farm. I think it's our guardian farm. Yep, there's our guardian farm. So this was an interesting one to make. I think I did die several times in the making of it, just like the gold farm, which I didn't talk about, but I talked about it when I was trying to upgrade it. But I died so many times while making it as well, because the tutorial that I used for the gold farm, he was on peaceful mode the whole time, which he didn't talk about until the very end. So I had gas spawning all over the place, to the point where I was dying trying to get my stuff back. It was pretty bad, actually. Luckily, I cut a lot of that out of the video. But here we've got a lot of junk, and this is not being sorted, obviously. But I mean, we've got ink sacks for days. That was actually very helpful. And these are going up. You can see I've taken some of it out. And I've even got a chest over here full of extra sea lanterns, because that's really the only thing I was trying to get from it. And it goes all the way over here. Like, this was such... I think I left it on overnight accidentally, and we got all the sea lanterns that we're probably ever going to need. Hold on, let me get some more tea. And I'll catch up on chat. Let me see. That's awesome. You're a storyteller and wannabe voice actor. Awesome. I've looked into that too. I don't think I'm quite there. I would need a lot of practice to get there before I could start like selling it. But that's something that I've looked into as well. Ooh. And then yeah, it's a lot of gunpowder. All I'll ever need. Yeah, I'm assuming it's the spider jockeys, to be honest, because that's the only way that I can think of that the skeletons could spawn down, you know, in the creeper farm, as if they were on top of spiders. I'll have to test that out. Okay, switching to water. Done with the green tea, but it gave me a good pick-me-up. I'm still sore, but it gave me a pick-me-up. So let's head back this way. I don't have anything left. Over there is that new kind of mountainous area that I was looking at in the last episode. And by the way, guys, thank you so much. Like, I have to say this. Thank you so much for dealing with my hardware issues. Like, I have to say that. Like, ugh, jeez. Even the episode that I put out on Monday with the new 1.18 world, I've just been fighting because I have, like, yeah, I've got hardware problems, right? I've got, you can see, let's do one of those. I've got like a 12-year-old graphics card. I've got like a 12-year-old CPU. So I've just been basically shoestringing it along for so long. I've got 32 gigs of RAM because it's much easier to upgrade RAM than it is to upgrade everything else. But even that has been quite a struggle for sure. Yeah, so thank you for putting up with that. I know it's a pain. I absolutely get it's a pain. But from what I understand, that should be changing pretty soon. So we'll see. More to come with that, but maybe within the next week. Looking forward to that. You play D&D, so that's cool. So I've played D&D twice, 2 days in a row. I was working with some guys who played it all the time at work. So I made my own cavalier, a dwarf cavalier, who had a warhorse who, funny enough, was actually a donkey named Sean. Because I was doing that right the same time as I was recording the that cowboy kind of story clip thing. Which, by the way, those little story things, the space and the the space and when I went to go get the donkey, they didn't go so well on the viewership side, right? Which I was surprised about because I put a lot of time into that. But, you know, some people are really into that sort of thing. Some people aren't. So let's go over. I guess that's the next step, right? What else do we have over here? I know I've got 3 roads. So we've got the end portal, which we'll get to. The Mesa biome, that was just a place for me to get a bunch of terracotta for the space stuff. So I am not going to put on my helmet for this. Don't tell anybody. Okay? So I'm going to go into space. I will not do a captain's log. But I will go into space and I'll somehow magically, through the power of content creation, I'll be able to breathe in space. So as you can see right here, oh man, I love this thing. I love this thing, by the way. Just as kind of like a hey, we're going into space. This is yeah, Donkey Sean. This we were just talking about that earlier. We actually yes, it's actually SHON, but yes, and it's DONKE, I believe. But yes, Donkey Sean. That was the joke behind it. I'm glad you caught on that. So what we wanted to do here was, and as you can see, the rails outside the Nether Portal, like I can't even. It works. It works, and it works beautifully. So I wanted to do kind of like an introduction to, hey, we're going to space, and the end is space with that whole mini-series, right? And then accidentally, I discovered this, that the end portal works both ways. So instead, I dug under the end portal so that we can get launched up into it. And pretty cool. If I do say so myself, that is pretty cool. So here we are at our end island. I do have more plans for the space adventure. I really do. And it's funny because as I was doing the space stuff, I didn't get this guy out of his boat. So I'm somehow going to have to figure out a way to explain that in the space adventure. Like, yep. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how I can tie that in. But this was our kind of landing ship in space. And this is where I do my captain's log, right? And I've got a little overlay that I use in my editor and post to do the captain's log. So it kind of looks like it's a video camera sort of thing. And it's really distorted. I love it. I love it, actually. And I think I do my voice a little bit different in that, too. But then this is just all the stuff that we're going to use. There you see a bunch of terracotta. All the stuff that we're going to use with the space adventure. Because I don't want to give too much away on it. But essentially... this island's going to go. This island is going to completely disappear. And something else is going to go in its place. Now, is that going to involve probably a ton of mining streams or something? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Endstone is like impervious to TNT or to blast. Like it has really high blast protection. So we're basically going to have to mine it. It's not easy to mine. We'll have to set up a beacon or something like that and call it something else in the series, right? Yeah, all of this is going to go. And then the obsidian is actually going to play an important role in that as well, in what we're going to do there. So, yeah, that's basically it for the space thing now. Let's get back to the overworld. You like that? Oh, no. Well, that's annoying. Okay. And here's our spawn. Oh, that's annoying. Well, let's sleep. And then I'll make sure to set my spawn back at the base. Yeah, I miss behind the rails to mobs. Yeah, so mobs don't like to walk over rails. So if in my library, where I have all my librarian villagers, the only thing that's holding them in their spots is like a design of rails on the floor, and they won't walk over it. So because of that, and I've got to find, is it this way? I should be flying when I do this, by the way. Where are you? We'll just fly around until we find it. So because of that, if you put rails in front of your nether portals, the zombified pigmen will not be able to get into your base and stuff like that. They'll be stuck in the nether portal. That was really good flying. Once again, in this exact same spot. It's not blast resistant. Oh, really? That's good to know. That's good to know. So we'll have to figure something out with that. I've got a whole storyline. Like, I can't even tell you. The storyline that I have planned for the space, that's another reason why we're probably never getting rid of Tater's World, because I really want to finish that story. I think it's going to go... Like, when it comes to actual storytelling, it's kind of one of my proudest plans, if that makes sense. Because I actually do have, like, it's a well thought out story. I don't know if it's going to be good, you know, that's beside the point. I put a lot of thought into it using like storytelling concepts. Because I've been looking into that sort of thing, because I think it is really important for the direction that Minecraft content creation is going, right? Because and actually we were talking about this in the content creator section just yesterday and the day before of my Discord. Was that you know, viewers are changing. What people want to see is changing, right? Good, bad, or indifferent, it's changing. So if people generally don't, and there's still an audience for it, but for the most part, people aren't into like straight playthroughs as much anymore. If they want a straight playthrough, now we have streams for that, right? That's not something that people are necessarily watching YouTube videos for as much. I think there is still an audience for it. That has been a topic of discussion, like I said. But the majority of the viewers on YouTube just aren't into that sort of thing anymore. They want to be entertained. They don't want to see someone play a game. They'll watch streams to watch someone play a game, but they watch videos in order to be entertained. Or at least that's what I've taken from things, right? So that's kind of the direction that I'm trying to go. I'm trying to do that through storytelling, but also, you know, working on my editing, that sort of thing. That's important. I think the last thing over here, which is not important whatsoever, is the turtle farm. And I made this thing for my gold farm, and I've never been back. So it's there. You know, if I ever need any more eggs, we've got a turtle farm. So that's fantastic. So let me see, catching up on chat. Yes, this world has lasted for, well, let's look it up. Exactly. Well, okay, the channel has been posting videos. The very first video in Tater's World was on February 3rd, 2021. So technically a year and 20 days this has been around. Do I like how viewers are changing? So creators like Mr. Beast have really influenced the fast-paced edits, which is slightly annoying. So do I like it? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I think it's one of those things where, well, it's kind of my view on life. You know, my view on life is focusing on your locus of control, right? So it's like a stoicism concept. So I try to not worry about things that are beyond my control. Would I like to be able to hop on and press record and have an audience? Yeah, I'll be honest, it would make the world easier. But what I see is the changes in what viewers want. It's almost, I see it as a challenge for me because it's harder, right? Like, I'm having to get better at things. I'm having to get better at editing. I'm having to get better at planning episodes. Like before, when we first started this world, like, and I could show you, I've got a Google Keep, just, you know, notes, and I'll make a note for each episode, and it would have like 2 major projects on it. So I would put 2 major projects on that, and that's what we were going to work on. And that was basically all the planning I would do other than resource gathering. And then I would hop on, I'd press record, and, you know, see where it went. So it's forcing me to to be more intentional with a lot of things, right? And I've looked at other major content creators, Minecraft content creators who have been around for a very long time. You can see how they've kind of reacted to it as well. Here, let's do this since I'm talking. Like, look at Etho, right? So if you look at Etho's really old videos, I'm talking from over 10 years ago when he started his current long-standing single-player world, he was very much a playthrough kind of guy, right? Like he would get on, press record, get on, press record, get on, press record. It worked really well back then. But if you look at any of his videos that he's done recently, he is so incredibly intentional about stuff that you don't even think about, right? Like he'll be explaining like a concept for one of his redstone contraptions that he makes, and while he's explaining it, he'll be like, he'll be like, okay, so we've got we haven't looked at actually, that's a perfect thing. Let's go look at the super smelter. Before we do, let me show you how it works. So in this chest, this is where we put the fuel for the super smelter. Okay, it's not wanting to open. It's kind of strange. That works. Huh. Okay, well, fun. So if this chest opened, and I don't know why it's not, none of the chests are. Must be a weird game thing. That's where the fuel goes. And if we could open it, you could actually see the Sugarcane Farm pipes, bamboo farm pipes bamboo through here. And that's what we're using for fuel. And then, oh, geez. Okay, we caught up. So anyway, before we were so rudely interrupted. So the bamboo comes through here. And, oh, we just saw it. Ah, you can see it. It just blinks through, right? It goes through there and it pipes down into the super smelter. This area right here is just because I wanted to just be able to chuck stacks of items into the super smelter. So that's what this is for. You can just chuck items in there. And it works very well, actually. So then we come down here, and I'm doing this so I can kind of explain the one thing that I picked up on that Etho does. So here's the super smelter right here, and it's big. I'll tell you, using bamboo for it was a terrible idea, because even though I've made the bamboo farm really big, it goes all the way up there, several layers of the bamboo farm, it does not do enough to power this thing. If I want it to do a lot of items, like it's actually kind of annoying. But what Etho will do is he'll explain he'll look at something like this and he'll go to explain like that thing down there, right? Which is it's just a really fast spitter outer of smelted items. That's basically what that circuit is. But he'll point to it over there, and then he'll turn over here and he'll have a mock-up for it to actually explain how it works, right? So little intentional things like that, I've noticed, even those old school content creators are starting to do a little bit more. And you can see we've got a little bit of Enderman griefing going on here. So yeah, that's just something that I've been thinking about lately is, one, how can I continue to have fun and not get burnt out? But at the same time, how can I get better at telling stories in a way that it can resonate with people? Okay, so let me get back. I just went on a long diatribe. Let me see. My first episodes, I just did straight record, and that's it. No editing beyond intro and outro. Yeah, that's a thing. So something that I'm trying to work on is, in my normal videos, is not to go more than like 2 minutes without something, right? And that something can be like, my little social media overlay that comes in at the bottom left-hand corner. I'll put that in a strategic point at the beginning of the video to try to get people to stay engaged. Because I've found that if people stick around for 2 minutes, usually they're going to stick around for most of the video, right? So in that first 2 minutes, I try to front load as much stuff as possible. As you've noticed in the Tater's World videos, how do I start off every video? I'm flying without looking, right? And oftentimes I'm running into stuff, or people are wondering if I'm going to run into stuff. That's a way that I try to keep people engaged in that very first part of the video. You know, just to kind of throw them a little bone. All the people that need that little dopamine hit, you know, just try to throw them a bone. So I enjoy the challenge of trying to figure out how to do those things. Do I love going back and actually, you've seen me do a lot more streams lately because I do kind of like just hopping on and playing, right? And I love going back and watching, especially like Etho's old videos where it's just a playthrough and that's what you're getting. Because I enjoy that content more, but I know for a fact that that's not what's super popular. Hey, Sion. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Sion. Welcome. Yeah, people like subtitle. Exactly. It's just a little like a colorful, oftentimes colorful little dopamine hit, right? Like as soon as they start to get a little bit of boredom or anything like that, it's just like, here's a little thing, a quick little thing just to keep you engaged. And all the hermits do that now, by the way. Like they'll see something weird and then like False, for example, will hurry up and go like this. You know, just like her reaction to it, like, right? And Grian does that a lot as well. So I've been taking the time recently to especially look at a lot of the hermits and try to look at their videos in ways that I haven't before, to analyze what they're doing, figure out why they're doing it, and you know, why it works, that sort of thing. Very good though. Okay, so I don't mind the editing, but you need to record longer to get editable content. Okay. So here's and I am right there with you. I am right there with you when it comes to like living a busy life. And I'll Six Shot, I'll get back to the your last comment here in a second. Because I've got something that cracks me up every time. I mean, my name is Tater Vader 5 for a reason. I've got a plethora of children as well and a full-time job. So the way that I do it, and I joked about it at first, but it actually kind of helped with my content creation, is I don't play for like 2 hours and then figure out how to edit it. I would never be able to do that. One, I'm usually not able to just sit and play for 2 hours. Like I've got stuff, right? That's why if you'll notice, most of my streams are during the day, which I know is super inconvenient for most of the people who watch my content. But that's like that, and if we don't have anything going on like a Saturday morning, which is rare by the way, that's when I do my streams because that's the only time that I have. So I used to joke at the beginning that I would all of Tater's World was filmed 5 minutes at a time. And that's not a joke. Like that's actually the case. That's my editing style. Is I'll record a clip, I'll pipe it over to the editor, I'll edit it, I'll go back, I'll think about the next clip, I record that clip, I pipe it over to the editor. That sounds like it's harder, but it's so much easier for me when I don't have a ton of time to just sit and play with an editor for a long time. When I did the 100 days video, which, yeah, okay, like, yes, it's true. I was kind of pandering to the new audience, right? That's what the whole 100 days concept is about. But I hated that because no, really, if we got another one of those, let me deal with it. Let me deal with it. Let's go. I can't get to it, guys. Can't get to it. Okay. I've got to get rid of the bot. Trying to post links. Yeah, it just messes up a stream, you know what I mean? Kind of annoying. We go to my channel, I've got to go this way. Okay, you. I need you to never post on my channel again. And remove. Yay, perfect. All right, it's gone. Let's close that. Get back to this. Okay, so that's gone. So yeah, that's my editing style. It works so well for me. And the cool part about it, the best part about it, is once you edit that last clip, you're like done, right? So like you're almost ready to just render and put it out at that point, which is actually really cool. I don't have to sit in front of an editor. When I did the 100 days, I recorded for 1 week and I edited for 2 weeks, and that's no joke. And that was over Christmas break, so I was editing like hours a day, every day for like 2 weeks. It was terrible, and I cannot do it that way. I can't. Yes, absolutely. And I need to. There's probably a term for that editing style. I don't know what it is, but it also allows you to fill plot holes, right? And it doesn't have to be plot holes in like a major story, but if you forgot to mention something or anything like that, trying to fix that while you're editing long form content is so hard unless you're doing a bunch of voiceovers. But when you're just recording little clips at a time, it's super easy to be like, oh yeah, and I forgot to mention this. You know, it just it makes for much better content, and it's so much better for my schedule. Okay, so back to Six Shot. Yeah, I still enjoy them as well. I do. It's like when I'm watching more modern content, I'm doing it with like an analytical view to see what I can do better. But when I go back, and especially those etho ones, I'm telling you, and what cracks me up, and this is what I was getting to before, what cracks me up is he used to have this. So I remember it from when I was younger, especially my lower teens and maybe even a little younger than that. You would try to yell or sound like you're yelling without actually yelling because you usually had parents in the other room or something like that. So I'm going to see if I can do it. But you'd be like, "What are you doing?" Like that sort of thing. Does that make sense? If you listen to those really old Etho episodes, he does that all the time. And every time it just makes me chuckle inside because I remember when I used to do stuff like that. Ah, man. Anyway, it's funny because that type of editing comes natural to me. But Etho recently put out a video saying, yes. So that's funny you say that. As soon as that video came out, where Etho was talking about how he records that way, I sent a note to Tim being like, "Oh my goodness, Etho just said he edits the same way." Like I felt like I was, like we'd both come to the same conclusion, and that made me feel really good because I obviously look up to Etho with his content, but also obviously his Minecraft ability. So yeah, I was really excited about that as well. Oh, this has been an awesome chat, guys. This has been an awesome chat, but I think. Oh, hey Alex, sorry I didn't acknowledge you. I just saw it. This is all the time that I have. I've got to start. That whole getting ready for a lot of smaller footsteps going through the house. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This has actually been a ton of fun. I love this world. It's not going anywhere. We're still going to do it. It'll probably be less often, but that's just the way it is. Also, the quality of my content, at least the video quality with the choppiness, and that's really irritating. I feel like every episode 1 should go in the trash because I hate them. It will get better. I'm getting some really good equipment here pretty soon. I'm basically hoping to gut out my entire case, like everything. I'm talking getting a new graphics card, which I desperately need. I'm getting a new motherboard because I want to get a new CPU. I'm getting new RAM, even though I already have 32 gigs of RAM, but I'm hoping to get 64. So all that will be better. So anyway, thank you so much, guys. You are all, especially you are all in this chat, the content creators. You guys are the reason that I'm still doing this after a year. So I will talk to you all next time. See ya.